This will be a demonstration of teletext restoration using a few programs that I've made. I know there's other videos made by ZX, Guesser and the Teletext archaeologist using their own programs, but I thought I would show you mine, because why not? Now this is a virtual machine, so all the programs inside are a bit slower than on those hardware, so instead of double clicking and waiting, I've already loaded them up, you see. And this is a BBC One capture from 2008 by Sound and Vision. As you can see, ZX Guesser has already put the times in for us. We know it's 7:45 to pretty much 8 o'clock, but if you didn't know what time it was because you pulled it off your own tape, the line viewer here can actually tell you. So this top of the tape is 7:45, and at the bottom 19:59:39 seconds. So that's an easy way to find out, although it doesn't tell you if there's any breaks. You'll have to look through it yourself. But no breaks, because Guesser's already looked at it for us. So let's see if we can find an interesting page to restore. I don't know. What about film reviews? 5 to 6. So we choose 5 as the magazine number, 26 there. And here we go. There are 2 subpages in this for Ghost Town. Ricky Gervais. Oh, how about that? Did anyone see Afterlife? That was a pretty good TV show, at least the first season. Anyway, so we're going to try and restore this. Now the way to do it is to use the teletext command that you'd normally use to deconvolve your tape. And then you want to filter out the page, which is 526 from BBC file into whatever you want to call your intermediate file. That's how I always rename them. A stands for all, so that's all of page 526 that's in this stream. It takes a minute. Remember, this is a virtual machine, so it's taking longer than normal, but patience is a virtue. Oh, and you can, if you specify more than one on your command, it only does this once for multiple pages. So if you're doing, I don't know, a games magazine with lots, like Digitizer, it will do it in the same amount of time. Right, so that's done. And here it is. We can double click that and see that there are 62 copies, or at least we think there are. If the recovery is a bit dodgy, it's usually worth just scrolling through all these variations to make sure that no other pages from different places have appeared, because if you do have those and you squash this file like I'm going to in a minute, they can throw it off, and plus it can change. If it's like the news or something, that can change. So that's always worth looking. So that's fine at the moment. I'll minimize that and squash it like I said. Back to this command. Just like that. Now we have squashed. Now the first thing I always do when I check something in a file is load HPLCs. And you want to load the filtered file or that one, that'll take longer. And what that does is, in addition to that, it shows you all the variations. So now there's only one for that page and only one for that. But if there were more than one variation, they would all appear here ranked by possibility. So the top would be the most likely, the bottom is the least likely. Anyway, so that's not too important for this one. Now, at first glance, it's quite good. That looks plausible. The bottom is plausible. The fast text is probably correct. So we're doing well already. Sometimes the control characters can be duff. There is always push that button and that one if there are any double height characters. Not in this one, but it's just a thing I do. Now, I see a few errors here. Miserable. Oh, there we go. That's as easy as that. When that turns green, that's a match, and we can be reasonably confident that it's correct. It's usually worth a quick proofread. I'm sure that's correct. And then on to the next. So one of those oh, and there we go. And there we go. I've just restored this film review in, I don't know, a couple of minutes. Now it can get much more difficult in more dodgy recoveries where the pages sort of mash into each other. But as a simple primer, because it's really easy to restore normally. So yeah, that's it. Sometimes you can use the audit command on your output. It'll tell you strange problems that might appear, but there aren't any really. It's just telling me that it doesn't have 1 of 2 or 2 of 2 markers for this. Sometimes they have those subpage indicators, but not this time. Designation code is correct, showing row 24. Yeah, well, I hope you found this interesting.